Well, people, we're well into 2024 at this point, and even though this year isn't the Mount Everest of video games like last year, we still have a lot of games to look forward to this year as well. Well, without wasting any time, I'll just go into the most anticipated and wanted game this year, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It is the second remake in the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy of games, and it is coming to PlayStation 5 on February 29th. And we have a massive, sprawling game with huge open world segments to look forward to. The story alone is gonna be over 40 hours, with the whole game probably having more than 100 hours of content. So, yeah, it's gonna be huge. This game is looking to be even better than Final Fantasy VII Remake from what we've seen so far, with new traversal options, new party members, huge open areas, and just so much new additions and overall uh, a beautiful world to explore and a story to get back into. This game is for sure gonna be a banger. And just like Final Fantasy 16 last year, we should be expecting a free demo to release before the game. So in just about a week from now, we're gonna get The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. And other than improved visuals and everything else that remastered versions of video games have, we're also getting Lost Levels that will feature content that was cut from the game with developer commentary, which will be really interesting to play through and see how the development process went like. And we're also getting a roguelike survival mode that is called No Return. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal, especially that it has a $10 upgrade if you already own the PlayStation 4 version of the game. And I think it's a great way to get back into The Last of Us Part 2. If maybe if for another playthrough, or if you want to experience the lost levels, or just play the roguelike survival mode. I think it's a pretty good deal with a $10 upgrade. And we're also getting Dragon's Dogma 2 this year, coming to PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S on March 22nd. It is gonna be a huge open world action RPG, and the game looks awesome from what we've seen so far. I mean, these boss fights, they look so dope, and the combat looks like it has so much variety to it, and it probably feels so much satisfying. And I'm just so excited to get into this world. Even though I'm not a big Dragon's Dogma fan, this really has me intrigued. And on the same day, we're also getting Rise of the Ronin. I mean, now this game probably seems to be like Ghost of Tsushima clone or something like that, but it has Souls-like inspired combat. It's probably also gonna have difficulty options like the Star Wars Jedi games, and the art style also looks to be quite different. It's set in 19th century Edo and other Japanese cities, and the world looks really awesome. We have a lot of traversal options like the horse, the grappling hook, even a glider. And I personally would be okay with spending time in this world until we hear some news about Ghost of Tsushima 2. And fingers crossed, I hope we do hear something about Ghost of Tsushima 2 this year. And also this month in January, we're getting the next mainline entry in the Tekken series. Tekken 8 comes to PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox Series X, S on 26th January with over 32 playable characters. And there is an amazing demo of the game out right now if you want to try it out for yourself before the release. We're also getting Prince of Persia The Lost Crown on 18th January. Now, the series with this game is looking to be back to its 2D roots, and even though this is not something that I would buy at launch, it's definitely something that I would probably give a try because the action sequences and combat look so stylish and flashy, and they look to have variety to them, and it just looks good and different for your regular Ubisoft game. And later in January, we're also getting the next entry in the Yakuza games, a series that is beloved by fans. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is coming to last gen and current gen PlayStation and Xbox consoles plus PC on January 26th. And this time, the protagonist Ichiban Kasuga, along with a friend of his, is gonna try out his luck in Hawaii. And it's gonna be really interesting to see because this is the first time we're getting an overseas location in this series. So yeah. And on February 2, we're getting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And from what we've seen so far, things are not looking good. I mean, it's a complete departure to why fans love Rocksteady and they loved the Arkham series in the first place. It's a live action looter shooter game, and it just doesn't look good. At least in my opinion, it doesn't. I mean, it looks to be the game that is gonna fail in every single way. But whatever, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but I do hope that it somehow surprises us in even a single way. But it is definitely not something which I'm gonna play at launch. Maybe something I'll give a try to when it comes to Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or something like that, but not at launch. I'm not gonna even probably pay half price for it. But whatever, if you like games like this, I mean, like, yeah, sure, go ahead, try, and let people know if it's actually good or it's just as bad as it looks. We're also getting the new chapter in Senua's saga this year. Hellblade 2 is coming to Xbox Series X, S, and PC, and it looks incredible in terms of visual fidelity, cinematics, and graphics. And I'm sure Melina Jorgens is gonna take home the best performance award once again. Most probably she is going to do that. But I'm still yet to be impressed by the gameplay and combat. It looks to be more of the same, which wasn't really in depth or anything in the first place in the first game. But whatever. I'm once again hoping for the best, and I really hope that they prove me wrong because I'm quite interested in this game. It looks great. The game I'm most intrigued about this year is Black Myth Wukong. I mean, it looks spectacular, and the reactions for the game previews at Gamescom are also really good, so that gives us some kind of hope. And it's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC on August 20th. And it just, the combat looks so dope and satisfying, and I just hope it also feels as satisfying as it looks. I really hope that we also get to play a free demo of the game before it releases so we can properly make our minds about this one and that the company can convince us to buy the game. Because, in terms of what we can see in the gameplays we have seen so far, the boss fights, the set design, and the art style, the combat variety, all of it just looks amazing. And we're also getting Star Wars Outlaws this year. It's a massive open world Star Wars game set after the events of The Empire Strikes Back. We're gonna see familiar planets, familiar fan favorite planets like Tatooine, and some new ones that we've never seen before. And if what they showed in the gameplay trailer is actually possible in the game, then we're also gonna get smooth planet landing and takeoff and even jump into hyperspace, which just looks really dope. But the thing that intrigued me the most in the gameplay trailer was the dialogue path options, like how you can get a wanted level if you upset certain people. And that just really intrigued me, and just everything about the gameplay trailer impressed me. So I'm just really hoping this game lives up to my expectations. We're also gonna get the next big Assassin's Creed game, most probably this year. Codenamed Dread, the game will be set in feudal Japan, and we will get to play as two protagonists, a female stealth-focused ninja, and the male protagonist will be like combat-focused. But I can be wrong about this, but I think this is what we've heard about the game so far. Um, it's also going to be the first Assassin's Creed game to not released on last gen hardware, so it's going to be really interesting to see what it looks like. We're also most probably getting the next chapter in Bigby Wolf's saga this year. The Wolf Among Us 2 might release this year, most probably. That the last we heard of its release date was in March last year, when it got delayed to 2024 from 2023. So yeah, fingers crossed we get to see it this year, and we know that it will continue the story of the first game, and it is set 6 months after the events of the first game, and that it will be released in an episodic approach. So yeah, I hope that we see it this year. I wasn't really sure about these two, but the PlayStation YouTube channel has basically confirmed that both the Silent Hill 2 and the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remakes are also coming this year. Now, we don't know much about the Silent Hill 2 remake other than the initial reveal trailer and the fact that James is going to be played by Luke Roberts from Black Sails, and that the game is going to be a timed PS5 exclusive at launch. As for the Snake Eater remake, which is titled Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, we saw the reveal trailer last year at the PlayStation Showcase, and we also saw some footage of it running on Unreal Engine 5, which looked absolutely amazing. And well, yeah, I think it's also scheduled to be released this year according to that PlayStation video on the YouTube channel. Now, both of these original games are two of my favorites of all time. So yeah, naturally I'm very excited about their remakes, but I'm also kind of skeptical because well, it's Konami and I'm not gonna get my hopes very high as of now until I've seen enough of both. So yeah, I think that's it for this video, and these were the biggest games that are going to release this year. We also might get a few surprises like the Indiana Jones game, which is going to get a gameplay reveal at the Xbox Developer Showcase next week. That could also maybe release this year, but we have no confirmation on that. And we can also get free DLCs for Spider-Man 2 this year, but again, no confirmation. That's all a topic for another discussion since they are not really confirmed and are just rumored or and shit. But yeah, so yeah, these were the biggest releases that we're gonna see this year and my thoughts on them as of now. And I hope you guys like this video. And that's it.